Good evening. My name is Wahid Lutfi. Let me show you what I have for you tonight. So as you can see this picture, which is I'm going to have a slide view of it. First of all, this very nice picture, I have it from a social media that got into my attention, and it got my eyes to it. And at first, when I read it, I just looked for the text to see what it was saying about it. Someone wrote like a programming joke, and maybe that is how the observation was. Maybe that is part of the um, intention of the teacher, trying to just get a social media kind of attention, and that would be nice. All the credit goes to the original image, the person who took this image, whoever is the original owner. It is not mine, so I'm just giving all the credit for that original owner. But as you can see, 2 plus 0 is equal 20, and 6 plus 6 is 66. So in simple algebra, as you all know, is 2 plus 0 is not 20. But maybe the intention of the teacher is not showing simple algebra. Maybe he's thinking of a very smart way of object-oriented programming languages such as Java, C++, Python, and he is a genius himself. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a computer to prove to the kid how he could do operator overloading, which is in this case is a plus symbol, and how he can concatenate the strings. In this case, 2 is a string and 0 is a string, but he wrote it in a integer kind of format, which means that since he doesn't have a kind of computer to teach the kid the rest of the details, I'm assuming that he is trying to just make it as simple to the kid as it is possible, so the kid could understand object-oriented programming, operator overloading, and all the details there. So let's get started to see what this teacher was thinking, I believe, and I could be wrong, obviously. I might be wrong, and I'm not saying that I'm definitely right. But sometimes in the third world countries, people, they don't have a chalk to write. They don't have a chair to sit. But they are very smart people out there. And then there are tough times. I originally came from Afghanistan. I did not have a chair to sit in my class as like every other students. And I know a lot of students have that difficulties in Afghanistan now. They are not even able to attend to school because of the Taliban are forcing the women's not to study. And that's the very tough deals in Afghanistan. Unfortunately, the rest of the world is just not mentioning too much about what's going on in Afghanistan. They should consider all these hardship in Afghanistan. Women are suffering in Afghanistan, in Iran, and every other countries. And we should just consider all of them to be just treated equally like men. Women are very good, human being. We're all having a mother, a sister, a wife, a daughter, and we should respect women for that reasons. And then women should have equal opportunities. Unfortunately, in most countries right nowadays, it's really tough for women, and that's beside the point that I was trying to make. I don't know how I jumped from one point to the other one. Sometimes when you have a background of hardship, it hits you. So let's get back to this object-oriented part of it, so I don't waste too much of your time with the details of what's going on. For operator overloading, string concatenation examples that I'm showing here, the teacher says, I wrote these things. It wasn't on the first picture. As you can see, the first picture just had this 2 plus 0 is 20, and then 6 plus 6 is 66. And then I thought that maybe I could read the mind of the teacher as well as the kid, and just wrote this one So the title just says operator overloading string concatenation example. The operator in this case is a plus symbol, and then the string concatenations, or any numbers that you're putting within a string, you just are concatenating them, not adding them in this case, because they're not integer, they're a string. So the teacher says, I wish we had a computer. I could teach you object-oriented programming language in multiple languages, in C++, Java, Python, I mean, Swift, a lot of programming languages, Go, and you can name it. They all have object-oriented aspect of the paradigm of object-oriented programming. One of them is just like, for example, function overloading or operator overloading. So we are discussing that one in this example. And when the teacher says, I wish I had a computer, I wish that was the case. But sometimes that is not the case. So you have to teach with whatever you can teach to the kid some knowledge. And in this case, the kid is just listening to the teacher, and he's thinking also. So the a teacher, if he had a computer, he would go in Python programming language and just write a comment section saying that I'm going to teach you today Python object-oriented programming language with operator overloading and string concatenation, line 1 and 2. So the line 1, it says print 2 plus 2 in the strings, which the output is shows a 20, like the teacher said it. And then the other one says print 6 plus 6. Again, operator overloading here is the plus, and then 6 and 6 is the strings. So when you put two strings together, you get the value of 66. And then line 3 is purposely left blank by myself to make sure that you see this information better. And then now we're printing two integers, 2 plus 0, instead of 2 plus. So the operator, this one overloaded, last time was string manipulation, this time integer manipulation. So that's why it's called operator overloading. 2 plus 0 gives you 2, and then 6 plus 6 gives you 12. So line 4 and 5 output is 2 and 12. And then the next one, he is trying to explain to the student the type of the class or object that he is manipulating it. So since it's object-oriented programming, the object could be a string, could be integer, float, any kind of values that are coming, that is part of a class, and that class has objects, and the object in this case is a string, which is 2. And the second one is an instance of 0. So to type of that one, you can see class string. It is giving, this is 2 plus 0 in a type of a string. It is just printed as a string. Similarly, for the second one, which is integer, the two objects that are passed is 2 and 0, and those two are both integer. So the type of that one with string concatenation, I mean, operator overloading with plus, it returns an integer. So this is what the teacher tells the student. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you subscribe at MyWebUniversity free educational videos. That's me. And then I'm going to go to the second page, the last page of this video, which is basically the student is listening, and then he says, wow, since it is done on Python, Java, and C++, but Python is so simple, you don't have to have a lot of code. You just use a print statement, and that operator overloading is done. And Python is easy and it's cool for the kid. So he says, Python object-oriented programming is cool. And then he says, yes, I learned operator overloading in Python today. And the kid is happy, and we're all happy for him. And let's just show you the same thing on the actual Python program that I wrote in colab.research.google.com. And as you can see, this thing I already showed you on example 3. So I'm going to just show you these programs. If you run it, basically, it will just give this data, but you can also just comment some of them, and then just to check it out each line. So if I just comment these ones, just to prove the point of the teacher, he was saying that in object-oriented programming, when you do a string of 2 plus 0 is going to be 20. And then a 6 plus 6 is going to be 66. So as you can see, the output, he was right. And he was teaching the kid object-oriented programming with operator overloading. Similarly, if you do the integer concatenation with operator overloading, you get 2 and 12. 2 plus 0 is 2, and 6 and 6 is 12. So, and then if you want to print the type of them, you can see the type of them. The first one is, let me just do the first one. 2 plus 0 is a string, so it should say class string, which it does. And then 2 plus 0 is class integer, and then that's saying integer. So I really appreciate the fact that you guys are watching these videos. Please just try to be as nice as you can for some of those people that they don't have the computer, but they're still trying to just teach the kids some knowledge, some stuff in there. We all should support them, and we all should provide them computers and fund them if we can. It doesn't matter where they come from and where they are at. It's always good to educate people, and that's my purpose of making MyWebUniversity free education videos available to everybody. So you all have internet access in a web browser. You could just watch it online and then learn it from it for free. You don't have to go to universities and pay expensive tuition or spend so much time at the school. You could do it at leisure of your time and home, and just using a browser. Watch it, play it yourself, or do it yourself going to these websites like Colab. It's all free at Google. You could just do the same thing that I'm doing here. Okay, and then please make comments so I can improve it for your needs. And whatever question you have, make comments, and then I will make sure I address it on the next video. Currently, I have about 300 some videos, and then you're welcome to watch them as you go. And then they're on the topic of Python programming, C, C++ programming, Unix, Solaris, Linux, Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, Rocky version, shell scripting. There's a lot of stuff, MySQL database, and everything else that you can name under the title of computer science. I'm trying to cover them as much as possible, like Apache web server, things that you do it at your job or at school. I like you to just be exposed to it, and just make sure that you are already having some knowledge, and just learning it from another person on the internet for free is not going to hurt anybody. And I hope you all succeed in your career at the school, and help your families. Take care. God bless you all. Bye.